Good morning, everyone. Are we online? Can you see my screen?
Yes, please.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think we want to be prompt and start as we have indicated. So good morning to the GAIAthon 2025 webinar series. And today is the first one. And I'm very happy to have you all online. Our first webinar topic is on empowering African youth through Gaia initiatives. We're calling it the pathway to technological innovation. My name is George Weafe, and I'm the founder of Edenway Foundation. We'll begin with some housekeeping for this webinar series. All our recordings of the webinar will be available on Edenway Foundation YouTube channel, which I've indicated on the screen. With that emoji, we're trying to use Zoom translation captions. So for our colleagues who are Francophone today, you might check and activate the captions. We might be having speakers who will also be presenting in French, and then we will have Anglophone speakers also activating. Zoom has tried its best with the AI, but I will see how it goes with that translation captions. All the announcements for the webinars will be available on our website, GAIAthon'25, just as we have posted today's presentation and coming Thursday. You activate the link and then you can access the time and then the presentation. So we're going to have weekly sessions. Sometimes we may have one per week, or for example, this week we may have Tuesday and Thursdays. And for each webinar, it is from 10 to 11, 1 hour, where the presenter does 30 minutes, and then we give opportunity for 20 minutes Q&A, and then the delays before and after we'll just manage. So let me go straight into my presentation. The agenda for today is to present to you the webinar topics for this month and part of next month. Explore the GAIAthon 2025 incubation challenge and get all of us on the same page. Provide you with the guidelines for the competition and some key milestones that you have to take note. And for some of you who might not know, we're also going to give prizes for social media postings. And then I'll present the overall prizes for this GAIAthon and then with some concluding remarks. So for about a month, starting today to the 9th of May, we'll be having topics ranging from what we are trying to do today, followed by a startup that has been successful on the continent. And then this whole GAIAthon is the GMES and Africa program. So we have the team leader presenting to us the opportunity of the GMES and Africa program. And then there are tools that we'll be using to assess EO data provided by the European Centers of Excellence, EUMETSAT, and the European Space Agency. Then in terms of we or you being students in an academic establishment, we will have somebody presenting to us about the opportunities in entrepreneurship and how we can roll that one in the academic institutions. We'll have use case of EO data in managing resources, data analytics, and with the new Africa Space Agency that has been established, we'll get the boss himself coming to do a presentation of opportunities for space and then operational oceanography. So this is the lineup of the topics for the GAIAthon. Now, GAIAthon has some goals that you have to be aware. The 4 pillars we are running on are to promote the use of GEO and IoT technologies, creating a platform that you, the students, will engage with industry. That's the opportunity we're providing you. And then through this, enhance capacity, emerging technology for the students, and finally build a pipeline of the talents that we have so much on the continent. We are the continent with the youthful population, and we will outlive everybody on Earth, and that is the good news, maybe. Now, this is a summary of what we have so far. This year's GAIAthon has 16 universities. Last year, we had 8 universities, and this year we have doubled, and we have 611 students as at the count this morning, and some are still registering, which have formed 98 teams. The distribution of gender is about 38% to 62 female to male. And you can see Western, Northern, Eastern, Central, and Southern Africa universities participating in this year's activity. There are 3 tracks that you, the students, are going to pitch your solution. The first one is on developing digital platforms and interactive applications that will utilize GEO data to carry out monitoring of the environment. And for you to submit your pitch, the final pitch, there are going to be 2 pitches. The final pitch is a working web or mobile application with all your codes on GitHub, giving us access, and a 5-minute video that explains everything. For those who will be competing in the IoT-enabled systems, we want to have a functional prototype and its dashboard, all shown on your video, again with a GitHub repository with proper circuit diagrams to really convince us that you developed this product. And finally, for those without a mechatronics engineering background, pure remote sensing students, we are expecting you to analyze data, give us insight in your analysis, and then again produce a report that will address policy decisions. So these are the 3 tracks that each of your teams will be competing in. After this webinar series, on the 16th of May, when we have gone through all this speaking engagement, you are supposed to submit your PowerPoint pitch. And this is the guideline on what goes into your PowerPoint pitch with a slide, the problem statement, what you propose to solve, how you propose to go about it, what is required, and then you present this to your institution, to the coordinator in your institution. Now, the coordinators will set up their panel to assess these presentations or pitches. And then using the guidelines that we have provided and scoring the marks as to how you have designed your problem, the innovation about it, its feasibility. The key thing is that whatever you are going to develop must be feasible within the time that we are going to allot, which is about 6 weeks. And then how you propose to go about it and how this product or solution can be scaled and the quality of it. So you follow these guidelines carefully as you submit your pitch. And here, let me say that you can submit your pitch in English or French to your assessors in your institution. After that, the assessors will select the top 3 teams to go into the finals. And they will have from the 23rd of May to the 27th of June to develop their solution. So when you have submitted your PowerPoint and then the assessors have selected the top 3, you have from 23rd of May to 27th of June to develop your solution. Now, for those who go on the track of digital platforms and interactive applications, you'll be using EO data. Likewise, those doing the geospatial intelligence and policy innovation, you also be using EO data that our partners in the European Center of Excellence will be making available upon request. For those who will be on the IoT-enabled smart systems that you'll be prototyping your solutions, the team will receive up to $250 to buy the necessary components, microcontrollers, sensors. It must not be more than that. And then you will submit as an appendix to your PowerPoint, your bill of material that will be assessed that they can be purchased in country. We don't want anybody going to order anything from another country that will lead into time delays. So we are going to be very specific about that. There must be proof that these things will be available in country. Now, this is the metrics for evaluating the final pitch, how unique your solution is, integrating your EO data and IoT into your solution, how it works, and demonstrating clearly that this application works. And here the coordinators will be supervising that. Link to real world application, very clear visuals, and then the software working very well, and the quality documentation and the coding all well done. And then the clarity of your video presentation. So all these things will be evaluated. Now, that is a lot of information, but we are going to make available, actually we have already made available all the details of the guidelines. So when you log into your onto the website, the GAIAthon website with your account, as at yesterday night, we have included one link on your dashboard. And when you click it, you will access the PDF of all the guidelines so that you will not have any problem trying to know the details. Again, as I mentioned earlier on, we want the world to know what Africa is doing. Therefore, we want to award prizes to those who can post very well. But before we do that, we want to democratically select 4 platforms that we're going to use. So you, the students, are going to vote. So from now till Friday, getting to midnight, you will be voting. Again, when you log into your system, the website, you see another link on your dashboard, which says social media voting. When you click on it, it presents a Google form, and all you have to do is to select the top 4. If you select 5, your voting will be null and void. If you select 2, that is okay. But if you select more than 4, it will not count to the counting. So please log in and vote only once democratically, and let us select the top. And then we will announce the 4 platforms that we'll be using. We have made provision to each institution resources for you to produce T-shirts and flyers and banners. Especially with the T-shirts, we want the teams to wear them and take pictures, and then you will be instructed where to post some of these pictures for us to have in our repository. So please, when you are posting, make sure that you hashtag us. We'll be giving you also the details and the metrics for evaluating the social media competition. The ultimate stage will be what we call the Gaia Fest. The Gaia Festival that will take place in Accra in August. You realize that when the competition ends in June, we have July where nothing is happening. We'll be using that period to prepare those who will be traveling to Accra, the necessary visas and flight tickets and etc. So we'll have about 1 month. Therefore, we have to follow this timetable rigidly. And then the opportunity of the Gaia Fest that will take place in Accra is this, and please take note. the participants for the Gaia Fest will be a representative of the local winning team. So in each institution, they will declare a winner, and a rep of that winning team, in addition to the local coordinator, will travel to Accra, Ghana. We are inviting industry players, international partners, venture capitalists to come and be part of this whole thing towards networking, showcasing what we have, and then making friends at a dinner party where we'll award the prizes and we'll recognize the winners. Now, to the prize formula, we have announced on our website that the winner takes home $5,000. That is at a continental level. $5,000, second prize $3,000, and third prize $1,000. But you realize that we have 3 innovation tracks: the digital platform, the IoT-enabled smart systems, and the geospatial intelligence. And it will be difficult to compare apples and bananas. Therefore, this formula, after our coordinators meeting, we realized that it will be problematic. We can only award this prize if everybody is taking, for example, geospatial intelligence or digital platform or the IoT-enabled systems. But because this is not possible, we will amend it. And in amending it, it means that we are going to have submission on the various tracks. Therefore, we'll pull together all those that submitted under the digital platform interactive applications and select a winner for 2,000 and a runner-up for 1,000. And you realize that the total will all come to the same total if we were doing the 5, 3, and 1,000. Now, at the local level, there will be prizes. So if we take University X, that all the students are pitching in for IoT smart systems, therefore we can declare first, second, and third with $300, $200, and $100 at the local level. But if we have combination of the various tracks, then we'll adopt sharing $200 per winner, and there will be no runner-ups. And as I've mentioned already, at the continental level, the first prize, $2,000 per category, and then $1,000 follow-up per runner-up per category. Now, with the social media prizes, that one goes to the individuals and not the team. So you are an individual with your social media handle, you are posting, you are branding, you are doing everything to make this GAIAthon public, to everybody visible. You will get the 500 as a winner, as an individual per platform. And then again, after you voted by Friday, we will provide you with the evaluation metrics. Now, as I bring my presentation to a close, because this is just for information, these are the key dates that you have to bear in mind. Between today and the 9th of May, we'll have our webinar series. If it happens that one key presenter will want to do this outside this date, we'll let you know. Now, by 16th of May, you'll be submitting your PowerPoint round 1 pitches, which will be evaluated within 1 week. And then by the 23rd of May, in each institution, the top 3 finalists will be announced and will showcase also on our website. From the 23rd to the 27th of June, then you are developing your solutions in each of the categories. Then by the 27th of June, you submit your final product based upon the guidelines, and then that will be assessed. And then in the interim, whilst we are preparing to travel to Accra, we'll announce the winner by the 1st of July. And then you travel to Accra for the Gaia Fest. So these are the key dates that you have to bear in mind. To bring this short presentation to a conclusion, because I want to give enough time for everybody to ask questions if possible. In Africa, we are creating a platform for innovative solutions in EU, IoT, AI. And then also go ahead and facilitate collaboration and networking among students from various institutions and diversity. And then we want this continent also to be leading in these new technologies, to be able to address critical challenges like environmental and climate management. I didn't say food security, it must be food sovereignty, energy efficiency, and then the manufacturing capacity on the continent. So this is what we are aiming at. And as we say in our local proverbs, in diverse ways, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step. We started last year, 2024, with 8 universities. We continue this year, and then we'll keep on continuing until we are part of the champions on the continent. I would like to take the opportunity to thank the GAIAthon coordination team that has been working very hard behind the scenes. You have made all this thing possible, and especially to our university coordinators. Let me say this, you are spending hours to help the students. We can't remunerate you, but it's the belief you have. That is why you are part of what is happening. And we thank you so much. For our partners, especially from the European Centers of Excellence, from Joint Research Center in Italy, from European Space Agency, from Mercator Ocean, from EUMETSAT, from the Africa Space Agency, Africa Union Commission, the GMES and Africa Program, we thank you so much. You have made all these possible with your investment and support. So these are our partners, and they are always with us supporting what we do. Now, please take note that every information that we'll continue providing will be available on our website that we will be updating very frequently. So always try and visit the website for all information. Finally, let me say this. This may be debatable, but it appears as if when we look at Africa, this is what we see. Something we call a calabash in Ghana, in our hands, begging for support. But we hope that very soon we're going to transition into that Africa with hope, with that Africa that knows that the future is bright and the youth have opportunity. And on this note, I would like to thank all of you for your attention. And then we'll be moving straight as we take our questions, which you can type in the chat. And then I'll try and provide answers to as many as possible. And if I'm not able to address all, what I will do is that I'll collate all the questions and then address them collectively and push it in the frequently asked questions on our website. So thank you once again. Now, let me open the floor to make it diplomatic. It will be difficult with the number of people we have to try and call your attention, but then you may go ahead and ask your question if you have any. And please be brief to the point. We've saved about 35 minutes for the Q&A. Thank you very much. So please, can we have the questions? If you can unmute and then. Please, IoT Herbert, can you go ahead and ask your question, please? Hello? Are we having a problem with the question?
Please, I have a question.
Please go ahead.
Please, Prof. I am Abdulmumin Abdullah from UMAT. Please, you made mention of award will be awarded for students who ensure publicity. So I would like to know, how do I engage in that activity?
Okay, I'll take that question. Can we have another question, please? Let's take Eugene Ampoma.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for the opportunity. And then we also like your presentation so much. We are very grateful for the presentation. And then I think I due to network challenge I couldn't join from the beginning, so I joined in the middle of the session. So I didn't really caught up with what you said during the beginning of the section. So if maybe you can flip me through so that I'll just get an overview of what happened in your when you started the presentation. Thank you, sir.
Just to a quick answer to that. All the videos will be made available on the Edenway YouTube channel. So you can go through and then appraise yourself with what happened. And whilst on that, with the social media participation that Abdullah asked from UMAT, again, after voting by Friday, we'll provide you the details of what is expected of you. So that one will also be available on our website. We have Yao Azuma. Please, can you ask your question?
Thank you, Prof. Mine is not a question, just to draw your attention. On so many people have left messages in the chat. There some few questions, so you can, when they were not talking, you can also pick the question from the chat. Also to remind people to ask the question in French if they wish, so we can translate those who cannot speak English. So I can say it in French. Ceux qui ont envie de parler français peuvent parler français, peuvent poser leurs questions en français. On va traduire. Merci. Thank you.
D'accord.
Okay.
J'ai une
Okay.
question.
Okay, sir.
Yes, thank you.
I have a question.
Please hold on. Thank you, Dr. Azuma.
I have a question, please.
Please, can you hold on briefly? What I'll do is that for those of you who are typing in the chat box, I'll answer those who speak, and then I'll go and address most of the questions. I'm taking note of that. The speaker,
okay, thank you.
Ozia, please, can you ask your question? And then Iyanu will follow quickly.
Okay. Okay, my question is with the conference at time. So we really want us to know if there is information about all things that you have say here in order to take the guidelines and read it in order to understand it.
Did you mean that will
You get
the
me, sir?
guidelines be available?
I was not present at time. I was on delay, so I want to know if I have all information in the guidelines, and after I retake it in order to read, to understand the different things
Exactly.
that you have said here.
All the information, even more available on the guidelines. Iyanu, please.
Okay, so thank you very much. But I will read it. If I don't really understand, learn something, I will come back to you to send you a message on your email, please.
Exactly. Iyanu, please.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir.
Thank you too. Iyanu, please ask your question.
Okay.
Do we have Iyanu? Please unmute your microphone and ask your question.
Good morning, sir. So my question is concerning the IoT solution. Can you hear me?
Please, I can hear you.
So concerning the IoT solution with it, is it compulsory Is it necessary or not? That's one. And the second question is concerning the prototype. For IoT solutions, if you are developing a prototype, are we presenting the prototype or are we building the actual solution? So those are the two questions I answer.
Thank you. Elik Plim Kofi Nyaho, please ask your question.
Bonjour.
Oh, no, hold on, please. Hold on. Elik Plim, please ask your question.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, sir. My name is Elik from GCTU. My question is in two parts. The first question is, with the IoT track, is it necessary to stay within the $250 budget if your team can account or support with that amount to go a bit higher? Can they? And the second question is, will all the prizes and rewards be given during the festival, or some of them will be given before we get to the festival? Thank you.
Voilà, bonjour.
We have, okay, Osenu, please ask your question.
Voilà, bon, je suis Joël, je suis de l'université Cheikh Anta Diop de Dakar. Voilà, nous avons essayé de nous inscrire sur la plateforme, mais il s'est trouvé depuis lors, bon, ils nous disent qu'on attend, l'inscription est en attente de l'approbation de l'administrateur, mais jusqu'à présent, ça ne passe pas, quoi. Si quand même vous pouvez nous aider à s'inscrire, quoi, parce que j'ai discuté hier avec M. Cissé, mais nous nous sommes rendus compte que jusqu'à présent, ça ne peut pas passer. Merci.
Dogbeda, please.
Yeah, so he's from Czech and Tajop University, and at the end they try to register, but the challenge they are having is they keep having the message that the approval is needed from the administrator. So the administrator needs to approve their registration, and since then they've been waiting, and they are not seeing anything. Yeah, so that is what he put across. Thank you.
Okay, Siddiq Abubakar, then I'll answer. Siddiq Abubakar, please.
Okay, I would like to ask my question on French.
Please go ahead.
Ok, salut, je m'appelle Abubakar. Je suis au Bénin. J'aimerais savoir, lorsqu'on est dans une situation où on choisit les premiers et les deuxièmes de chaque catégorie et on arrive de telle manière qu'il y a un premier et deux deuxièmes secours et on n'arrive pas à distinguer ces deuxièmes secours-là, comment les prix seront attribués en ces deuxièmes-là qui ne peuvent pas être distingués, qui ne peuvent pas être genre départagés?
Okay. It's interesting. Prof, he is from Benin and he wants to know when there's a situation whereby in trying to choose the first and the second, the position or the winners, it happens that those two individual or those two teams have the same point and they cannot be like they cannot choose the first from the second, like all the teams are the same. What are we going to do? Are they going to share? Will they price the share to them, or do you have to find a way to choose the first or second? Thank you.
Okay, let me provide answers to the questions. With Iyano, whether the IoT is compulsory, no. There are 3 tracks and you have to select which one you are comfortable with. In terms of presenting the solution, the guidelines say this. You develop your solution and the coordinators will be supervising. And you make a video presentation which will convince us that you develop it. For example, when you started, there's a picture of your team. As you keep on developing, you are taking short videos of the various times and then you edit it all together. You have your GitHub repository, etc. You don't need to carry the prototype to Accra if you happen to be a winner. And then when it comes to Electplane, we are providing up to $250, and then that is what we can provide. If you want to add more, this will be in discussion with your coordinator and with Edenway Foundation. because we don't want high-end product, somebody spending $5,000 with the component and forcing our hand to declare them winner. So it must be within limit, open source tools, low budget. Again, there's a question of the prizes. Now, there are two sets of prizes. The first one will happen at your university, where after you have developed your solutions, the coordinator and their team, if there are any, will select the first three, and then they will share the prizes accordingly. Before we come to the final one in Accra, where we will have the final winners. The prize in your university will be given there, not in Accra. The local prizes will be given in your university, and the final one will be given in Accra. In terms of CDIC, if two people happen to score the same marks, what will happen? I think this is a common feature where two people can have the same marks in a competition. The coordinators who always been doing this job, assessing you in the universities to award you prizes, will know how to handle that. Now, I'm reading a lot on the chat about students having difficulties in registering, same with Osiema, and then others who have asked the same question of the challenges. This is all linked to one university, and I think it's from the UCAD in Senegal, because in Senegal, I think the students are overwhelming us. They are so much interested that there are a lot of people who have registered, and the coordinators are having difficulties cutting it down to the prescribed number. And that is why we are having the challenge. I've spoken to the coordinators. As at midnight yesterday, I reset everything so that they have the opportunity now to register with the guidance of their coordinators. Once that has been done, the coordinators will give me the confirmed list, and then I'll go ahead and approve this. So this is only with reference to Senegal. Let me go and then answer some few questions if they are in our chat box. We have everybody should mute when they are not talking. Is it possible to change the team? If it is Senegal, yes. If it's other university, because we have gone ahead and approved the university. So this is only applicable to Senegal. Can you help displaying the members of my team? This is a Senegal problem. I have set it. I think you might, the award prizes have answered. We have, they should feel free to ask in French. That's Dr. Azuma. Which EO platform are going to get our data from? We have two platforms currently, the Dunia by the European Space Agency and the WECU from the European Meteorological Center of Excellence, EUMETSAT. We are going to get presentation from experts from these places, and then as quickly as you need the data, you inform us, they will give you an account, and they'll provide you with the Copernicus satellite data that you can use for your solution. And when we talk of IoT, it's broad. Can it be possible for each one to be inventory with his or her own view? Please be unique, be innovative, and provide us what you want to do in accordance with the rules of the competition. Then somebody said, please, can I edit the team I created? I made some mistake with the members. This is Raymond Atu Jr. Hagen. If this is critical, please send us email, and then we'll see if we can handle that. From Migashu Trevor, when will the funds for the shares and the rest of the support be released to the institutions? All the support has been released to the institutions except the $250. So the institutions will provide you with the t-shirts, and then when you submit your pitch and then you qualify, we'll quickly make the transfer available to your team. Then I'm requesting for a timeline in relation to the financial support, when to expect to develop our prototype. You receive the funds in time for you to start developing your solution. When you have convinced us that the items can be gotten in your country, we don't want you to order from another country and it will take time because we have to be accountable to whoever is providing the support. Now, also the sessions per week, will they be 2 or 1, Tuesday or Thursday? We are going to announce a week in advance when it's going to be. So by Thursday, we'll announce the presenters for next week. Please, is the festival going to be one day? We're planning to have a 2 to 3 day festival. Thank you, your president. I have a photo of the display of my team. That is Sunny coming from, I think, Senegal. So that has been addressed. One more. My name is Lawson. I'd like to inquire for a database of past innovation for the competition. No, we just started last year. We don't have innovation of past event. And finally, can we run the competition and give you the top 3 teams? That's Senegal coming from the coordinator. Please, I'm waiting for your response. Now, let's go to Soli Jean. Please ask your question and then followed by IoT Kolani. Soli Jean, please ask your question. Please, I can't hear. Can you type your question in the chat box? IoT Kolani, please ask your question. IoT Kolani,
go ahead?
Please ask your question.
Yes, hi everybody. I'm Kolani Julian from the University of Lome. So for the IoT project, do we have to use only the equipment built with the project funding, or if you have access to a lab or a fab lab, we can also use the tools and resources available there?
Monsieur Azuma, anything you want to inform me?
Yes, please. The Benin guy's question has not been addressed. The one was asking about in case we have 2 winners, and how are you going to, if you are going to share the prize among them, or how are you going to choose?
The local team will address it.
Well, I addressed that question already, that the
Okay.
institution has the expertise to know when there's a bracket to answer it. Again, with Kolani, the issue of whether you'll be using your lab resources, there are rules in the competition. So the coordinators are in charge of that, and then they will provide a guidance at the local level, not at Edenway. So we continue having conversation with the coordinators, and then they will provide a guideline. Monsieur Birani Cisse, please ask your question.
Thank you, Doctor. In the University of Cheikh Anta Diop, we have had a lot of students for this competition, and we want to know if we can return the competition here in Dakar, and after they give you the top 3 team for Senegal.
Well, a quick answer to that is this. We have to be doing some reporting regularly. We asked every university to give us around 20 students. Therefore, it will be difficult for us to allow you all the way to end, because there must be guidelines. So please, whatever you will do to give us the list as quickly as possible, it's important, because during the webinar, we have to be reporting the number of students who are in the competition. And we cannot wait till you give us the 3. So please, we have to follow the established rules. Yesterday night, we had a discussion with one of the coordinators that the number of students you have, find ways and means of reducing them, and then let us have the list in the database as quickly as possible. Let me go answer some few questions online. Senegal, we have a lot of entries. I've addressed that. Somebody said they have to develop the solution using their own funds, since the prize money is after the preaching. No. Yes, the prize. Now, let me explain this. The first money, when you select the IoT and you are selected to develop your solution, you will get the $250 first. Your team will get it and use it to develop the solution. So that $250 is only for people who are doing the IoT solution and they have been selected. Then when you win, you get the local prize. Then after that, if you win the final one, you will get the final prize. So you are not using your money for developing the solution. On the website, when I modify my profile as team leader and go to the tab, I cannot create my team. I'm still asked to modify my profile as a team leader, even though I've already done so. You have to send me email, in particular Zonon, and let me know what the problem is. My name is Michael from Bafemi Awolowo. Whether there are previous examples, no, please. We don't have the database of the final results, but if you go to our social media handle and YouTube channels, you see the results. Is there a way to change the track of your team from, let's say, IoT to another one? We have from now till you submit your PowerPoint pitch. As you go along and you want to change your team, you have to submit reasons. The team members have to agree to it, and then we can make the amendment. So if today your team is IoT, but you are having problems and you want to go to something else, you are allowed to. That is why we are having this 4 weeks of interactions. You can change it, but all team members must agree, and then your new team must be considered. Currently, my team is also awaiting approval. Yes, Egypt. Egypt, we are now finalizing to approve you. I've had conversation with your coordinator. So by close of day today, we'll do that. Turi from Sheikh Antidiop, what are the different steps? My question is, the different steps is in the guideline. Margaret from University of Ghana, please, can we make selection from example use cases? We provided the example use cases as examples. You can develop your innovation, adapting it to suit your purpose or your own topic. So we gave the examples as examples. You can use them or find your own topics related to the examples. My name is Machatom from Lomé. For those special themes, will we have access to the data? I indicated yes, from the European Space Agency Centers of Excellence. Will we receive the data from IoT devices or the IoT instrument? That question, you have to develop the solution. Okay, now, do we have anybody who has a question? We have some 11 minutes to spare. University of Makerere. My team is pending approval. Yes. Makerere University, you all finalized your registration yesterday, and by close of day today, if the team leaders list confess, we will approve you. Mamal B. Obed, please ask your question.
Yeah, please. My name is Mamal B. Obed from UMAT. When we were doing the registration, there was this option that says either you choose to be a leader of a group or you choose to be a member. And then if you don't have a group at the moment of registration, you can choose to be a member, and then maybe later on, I don't know what will be done, but so far, I chose to be a member, and I don't have a group or I don't have people that I participate with. So I don't know how that is going to be done. I don't know how we are going to get the groups and yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Initially, we wanted to implement an algorithm to arrange you as teams, but then we realized that that is not fair. So this is the procedure. When you register with your email and password, go into the system and update your profile. We have over 100 students who have not updated their profile, and automatically they cannot be in the competition. So it's important you provide your country, your institution, department, and then level. After you have done that, because it's a small institution at your local place, you identify people you want to work with. So if you are a team member, look for your friends, and then whoever is a leader and want to work with you will register you in their team. When you select yourself as a team leader, you then go and look for people who have already registered and updated their profile, and you form a team. So this is the step. We are not in control of which team you will belong to. Mugisha Trevo, please ask your question.
Thank you so much, Professor, for that great submission. Mine, it's not a question as such. It is rather a suggestion. I'm of a suggestion that I'm first of all of a thought that the data that is provided by Dunia and MedSat could be kind of prone to a subscription time. And my humble submission is that this data, even after the first and this whole hackathon, this whole competition, that the data remains freely accessible to all the participants who will have engaged in this competition for their different kind of works, either in research, academia, or the like, or something like that. That was just a suggestion. Thank you so much.
Yes, I agree with you with the subscription issues. Therefore, the concept is that if you are trying to maybe carry out monitoring of wildfire or any environmental feature, there are repositories that have free data. Yours is to demonstrate your solution. Some of the data may require some subscription and some challenges, which at this stage will prove problematic. So in terms of securing data, as a EU student practitioner, please use any data that is available. We are making effort that a Dunia and Wekio data may be available as quickly as possible, but that notwithstanding, there are several repositories that have free EO data that will suit your purpose. So that is my response to that, because we don't want anything to be a challenge to delay what you plan to do. I don't see any hand. I'll go into the chat box and answer some few.
Please, I want to ask a last question.
Please go ahead.
Please. Okay. My name is Marius Gregorio. I'm from Togo. I want to ask if is it possible to demonstrate to us how to create a team on the website? Because being I say that option is not functional or desirable on our website.
The website is fully functional. The problem is
our
this.
Website.
Yeah, the website, we have so many universities that have finished registration. If you have registered, and let me repeat, when you register with your email and then the password, and you don't go into the system to update your profile, because the email and then the password alone will not tell us where you are coming from. That is why you go in there, you click the button, edit profile, then you fill in the key information. You can choose not to complete the GitHub repository, website, and all that. But the key things are your institution, your country, and then maybe the course you are doing and your department. It is only when you do that that the system will allow you to proceed. And when you are creating your team and they have not also done this, you will not be able to add them to your team. And for those who have created one-person team, the system deletes you after some time, because we don't want one person as a team. The team should be 2 people, 3 or 4, not 5, not 6, not 1. Reynold, please ask your question. We have about 5 minutes to end. You can type your questions. I'll read them quickly. Reynold, do you have a question?
Yes, thank you very much. My name is Reynold Laliboko from the University of Ghana. I wanted to ask if your project finds its its position between the web app and then the research recommendation, would that be a problem?
We welcome innovation. So please, with the tracks that we have provided, if you find yourself between the web app and IoT, web app and then the policy that, please be very innovative. This is a competition that wants to bring out innovation, and then we will use the appropriate necessary guidelines to assess. So we just provided guidelines. Okay, some few answers from the chat. Yes, I'll provide the slides as well as the video. The 250 integrating IoT and EO, yes. Will there be a digital certificate? Yes, for all the shortlisted people. And then at the institution level, we will provide certificate of participation. But then for those who go on to win, we will get recognition by getting the leaders from the Africa Union Commission, Africa Space Agency signing your certificate as well. So that is recognition at the highest level. Please, is it possible to choose the same project in the same country? 5 people can choose the same topic, but we will reward innovation. There must be distinction. Is it the winning team that will come to Ghana for the final competition? What is the best GAIAthon 2025 to focus? I didn't get a question. Jean Soli. Good afternoon from University of Mines. My team is pending approval. University of Mines and Technology. I'm yet to get the final list from your coordinator to approve. So I've been promised that you are doing your final selection on Friday, similar to Senegal. So that is why we have not approved anybody from University of Mines and Technology. Can I change from being a team leader? Yes, you can change from being a team leader and look for other members. After updating my profile, the system asking me to complete my profile. Yes, but those blanks left are set to be optional. Okay, in updating your profile, the key fields that you have to provide are the personal and academic fields. Your social media handle, website are not so critical for now. I said for now. But please go ahead, your country, your institution, your department, and your level. These 4 are very critical. Otherwise, you will not be able to be in the system. How do I know if the group in your country haven't already taken the same project with you? Please, we can do the same thing, but say that you want to be the best. Are we integrating IoT solution with IoT system? I think if you have any specific challenges, this is the week to be able to address everything. I'd like to know if all the activities will be carried out in teams. Yes, there is no individual going to submit anything. They are all going to be in teams from 2 to 4. And on that note, we have 1 minute to complete, and we want to stick to time. Therefore, I'll use the 1 minute to wrap up the session for today. It's been a wonderful session, very, very engaging. We'll continue to take your questions. So please, between now and the end of the webinars, you can ask all your questions to info@edenwayfoundation.com. Your questions will be answered to guide you. So please don't hesitate to send us emails with your specific questions, and we'll help you address that. On Thursday, same time, the link is already made available. We have a team from Kenya that has a successful startup, and they will be showcasing what they have done. The presenter is also the expert from the Africa Union Commission, who is in charge of training on the continent. So you have the opportunity to ask a lot of questions. And on that note, I draw the curtain to a close today, and I would like to thank all of you. Stay well.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.